My name is Nicole Hardy, and I'm a congenital heart disease survivor. I'm 46 years old, healthy, active, fit, with normal cholesterol. I'm also a woman who barely survived 2 open-heart surgeries, double bypass, aortic root repair, mechanical aortic valve replacement, and was likely moments away from a massive heart attack with coronary arteries that were 80 and 95% blocked. I was shocked when this happened, but I never questioned why. Over the past year, I've been fortunate to become involved with the American Heart Association in Maine as a spokesperson, in videos shown in social media, a news interview, and as the keynote speaker for our Go Red for Women event. The why I never asked was answered in my new purpose to use my experience to help women everywhere. My story begins with my father. He died of a massive heart attack when he was 28 and I was just 1. Because of this, I should have been more mindful of the possibility of heart issues in my life. But honestly, I thought, thank God I'm a woman because women don't have the heart issues that men do. How wrong I was, and how many women think the same. 2 years ago, my world changed. I had recently divorced, gone back to work full time. My self-care was on hold, so when I began to feel what I thought was heartburn and shortness of breath, I assumed it was because of too few visits to the gym. Then my symptoms became more severe. I was scared. I felt heartburn and shortness of breath. I was embarrassed. I thought my symptoms were caused by stress. Then I felt something I couldn't ignore. As I pedaled my bike up a hill, I began to feel sick to my stomach, then tightness in my chest, pain, and severe shortness of breath. I kept riding, but I finally called my doctor. After a few tests, I was sent home and told I would see a surgeon in a few weeks. The next day, an ambulance had to be called when I was lightheaded, dizzy, and almost passed out at work. After 4 days in the hospital, again, I was sent home and told I had anxiety. I knew in my gut this wasn't the case. I reached out to a surgeon in Boston who saw me 2 days later. He had the same test results as the doctor who had seen me previously, but he truly listened to my words. He checked me into the hospital immediately, explaining that I needed surgery right away. A 7-hour open heart surgery followed 2 days later. 3 weeks later, another 9-hour open heart surgery that ultimately rebuilt my heart. He saved my life when a few weeks earlier, I never knew I was in danger. I am passionate about sharing my story because I want women to trust that they know their bodies and to seek help without embarrassment or apology, to not accept their symptoms being minimized. I share my story to ask those in the medical profession to trust and listen to women with symptoms that may be subtle, because the symptoms of heart disease in women are subtle. We need them to listen and act with urgency. And lastly, I speak in honor of my surgeon, Dr. Mike Davidson, who was shot and killed at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston in January. He was my surgeon, but he also became my friend. He was genuine, compassionate, and a brilliant man with so much more to give, so many more lives to save. Sharing my story is the best way I know to share the voice he gave me when he saved my life. I must use this voice to help others. It would be an honor to be part of the National American Heart Association's Go Red for Women campaign and continue to share my story. As a healthy woman whose life was changed by heart disease and who has learned volumes that can benefit many, I trust my experience happened for a reason, and sharing my story is one of them.